opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On play action, now McCarthy.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They keep it in the hands of Foster. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Foster losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over.
The home team's offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their second possession. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season, currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns.
Throwing to start the drive. Strong.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Strong. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Here's 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw again.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't roll it in. It's incomplete.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. It's complete to Williams.
And he's going to have the Lions first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
They run up the middle with Foster. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Strong.
That is caught.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
17 yards. That's another Detroit Lions.
Going up the middle. Foster. Might have gotten this one down to the 28. That's all.
2nd and 9.
8-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Strong. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Strong.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
For number 24, incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Jalen Walker.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the
they'll run it here in the jet sweep.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter. as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll hand off to Foster. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. 2nd and 10 as they've got it as we resume action.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Detroit! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Oh, look at the juke.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he will find his man on the outside.
12 yards.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On play action, McCarthy.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
McCarthy's pass.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll try the left side.
Allison.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Allison. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now 4th down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look at repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
The gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 2. He's got it to Williams. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
A gain of 6. That's good for the Lions. 1st down.
Off the play fake. Strong. Now he'll attack this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
46-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Strong. Over the middle, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
At the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Strong. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Looking to put a drive together. To the air with McCarthy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
McCarthy off the play fake.
At the 26-yard line.
This is Hamilton. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 1st down, Ellison. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here's McCarthy.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33.
1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Vikings 1st down.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That is incomplete.
McCarthy's pass.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the contact. It's 2nd down and 10.
Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's 3rd
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now McCarthy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Foster. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 6. He finds his man complete. It's Townsend. We hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he goes down. It's a sack. He'll get it back at his own 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they're up. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy.
And he will have the Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
McCarthy operating from the gun. That is his.
And he can't find anywhere to go. And he goes down.
2 yards.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Under score again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Vikings send out their punter. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
And the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. The Lions quickly are going to use the last of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. Our look around the NFL starts now. It begins at Gillette Stadium, the Patriots at home.
A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready. For their first possession. A first down carry for Foster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Strong. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Throws right side, and that's complete. That's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, this is Foster. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. The ball on the 32, it's 2nd and 2.
Up 2nd and 2.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Strong. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. It's Foster.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Then goal to go.
Looking to throw. Strong. Open man, and he's given Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The kicker on.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is McCarthy. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 26.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And the Vikings
on play action. Now McCarthy. Toward the sideline, intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they go. Ellison. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
Number 26 is the ball here.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
And the Vikings first First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
14 more yards. That's another Vikings first down.
He'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to 24.
31. Vikings 7.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin first and 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
A gain of 9.
And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
39-yard line.
Out of the gun, they hand to Foster. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard
Now a
line.
play fake here on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
First down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Intended for
So second and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
It leads to second and 10.
Operating from the gun. Strong. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This is Foster. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken
On
down
the
at
22 now, here's second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Looking to throw. Strong. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And the Lions
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Golden. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Lions are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they end their fourth quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second and 9 now. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And this
This one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings 7.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
From the contact. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
3rd and 19.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun handoff now. Foster.
And he'll get it inside the 45. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
They'll go again with Foster. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 2.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out now come the Vikings.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A gain of 4.
Now a handoff up the middle. Ellison. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That one caught by Ellison.
McCarthy's pass.
This is 2nd and 8.
Number 26. A gain of 2. Brings up
Looking to
2nd
throw.
and 8.
McCarthy completes it to Ellison to the right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That's a gain of 3.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And
Some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're playing through right now. Trying to find that pride inside of them that allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
On the run, it's Foster. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the pistol, it's Foster. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Open man, here's Foster. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a gain of 7.
Now 2nd and 3.
At the 11-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Ellison. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. To the air with McCarthy. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
It's a pickup of 6.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. This 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Foster. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves it with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Foster. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think you got
there. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Here's McCarthy.
From the left side here, and it's complete.
10 yards on the play.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Detroit, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to